All right, I'm gonna try and do the exact same thing that I did for 8-1A, just talk like it was a role play. But something that I will suggest for this one, if it's education and training requirements, I would highly, 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 highly recommend you maybe drawing up like a small website, right? It doesn't have to be something extremely complicated. Just like have the website, the picture of the screen, right? And that'll have an own chart because you see a ton of blogs utilizing like a simple like chart, not really a T-chart, but maybe even a Venn diagram it could be interesting to do because of the fact that you're comparing only two careers, right? I mean, maybe you bring in a third one, but hey, there's three circle Venn diagrams too. So let's do that. So the first career that I'm gonna choose is a teaching job, and the second career I'm gonna choose is let's just say a fast food worker. When it comes to choosing a career, it's also important that you note the education and training requirements that come along with it. With something like teaching or becoming a doctor, there's certainly going to be a higher education threshold before you can jump into the workforce. I know with teaching, it depends on the level that you're going to go into. There are specific degrees for elementary school teaching, for secondary school teaching, and even if you want to teach at the collegiate level. Those are usually doctorate candidates or people who have a master's degree. Same thing with doctors. You would probably want your doctor to not be on a high school diploma. For me, I would want my doctor to be certified with like an MD or a PhD. And I'd say this is reasonable. So if you are looking into these types of jobs, it's probably important that you do the same. Then, if we compare that to something like a fast food worker or one of these just occupations in what we can say the gig economy, because you work there maybe part-time, but let's say you work full-time for fast food. The general education limit or I guess the threshold for fast food workers is most oftentimes just a high school diploma. However, that's if you're above 18. Something else is even people without high school diplomas can work at fast food because of the fact that it's not very demanding on the thing that you learn at school. You're probably never going to have to use the Pythagorean theorem when you're in a fast food place because why would you, right? And this makes sense because you only need to be able to have people skills and just general management skills, right? And maybe you learn that while you're in school, but you don't need 20 years plus experience to enter these. These are mostly reserved for entry-level job positions. And also notice that a lot of high schoolers can become integrated into these workplaces as well, these fast food jobs, these, let's just say like blue-collar jobs as well, because of the fact that maybe you need a trade school, right? But again, a lot of times they can accept high schoolers or just kids who are interested and want to take a shot at it. Note that a lot of these businesses are also family businesses. Again, really what's really important here is making sure that you're equipped with the experiences ready to enter this workforce and enter this field. Does that make sense? All right. So that was 8-1B. And again, you can make a Venn diagram with this one, like fast food and teaching. And then, again, all the analogies or the examples that I use, like, hey, I'd want my doctor to have a PhD, right? That's just a bit of humor that you can put into your role play. With that, I will see you for 8-1C in a moment.